Hello, everybody. Ace Battisti with Kerman.com. Thanks so much for joining us. Our next interview guest is Curtis Davis, and Curtis is a real estate agent from Oklahoma City. He's a fantastic salesman and a really, really great guy, and I know you're going to love this interview. So let's just get right to it. Curdy, hey, thanks for joining us on the call. How's it going?
Good, good.
Good,
Looking
good.
forward.
So you are in real estate. Tell us about that. What drew you to real estate?
I've always had a fascination for real estate, and it's kind of the backbone of everybody's financial wellness.
Yeah,
Obviously, getting a house and getting it paid for over the course of your lifetime is going to surely help you in your retirement era. So, I've always
exactly.
been into that, and in doing so, we've kind of done what we call trade ups, where we, buy a nicer house, try to keep the same payment, but use our equity to buy a new one. And that kind of led me into getting an invite from a couple of brokers to join their firm, and they
Hmm.
pay for me to get my license. So,
Oh,
voila,
great.
a couple of years ago, I bought and sold a house with them, and then ended up joining their firm. So,
Now, for people who don't have that luxury, how much does it cost to get a license, and what do you have to do to get a license?
I'm in Oklahoma, and I think it's pretty similar to a lot of the states that,
Yeah.
it's less than $1,000 to get your actual license, and
Oh,
usually it's 3 to 6 months in time.
oh, really?
You've got to pass of course, your exam, and then you've got a year of being a quote unquote rookie. That's really what it requires, and like I said, depending on the firm, as how much training you're going to get in that year's time frame. So
Right, right. Okay. Tell us, how was that? What was that like getting your license? Was it a lot of studying?
it was a ton of studying.
Really?
And I'm kind of a middle-aged guy. It's not like I'm fresh out of college, so it took me a little while to get back in the routine. But no, it was a lot of fun because, like I said, it's really interesting stuff. And learning the whole financial end of real estate is it's really cool, and I think everybody should know that. So especially if you're getting into it, you really got to know the financial side of it.
Yeah, good. Did you take an online course?
No, I actually took in the classroom to where we met 3 times a week for several hours each time. And,
Okay.
I do better with that scenario because then I can ask questions and I get feedback from other people. And, of course, other people's questions always feed into to my learning or helping me learn. So
Right, right.
I do know of several other people, though, that have done it online and they did great with it. So it just depends on your type of learning.
Okay, well, good. So you got your license and you got up and running. What was it like getting started?
That's the hardest thing is to really get some traction going and to get some clients and whatnot. And
I'll
really,
bet.
that's the hardest thing that's come across for me is just being able to get out there and networking to where you get enough people to sustain yourself. And I actually partnered up with another person who's been in the business for 20 years because she had such a strong base of contacts.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but that's the biggest thing is getting in and networking with all the other folks and getting your name out there. And with social media today, it's a lot easier than it was when I kind of started.
Oh, good. So you've used social media to network a little bit then.
Absolutely, absolutely. Some of these other programs are really great with helping keep, like, say, your finger on the pulse and in front of a lot of people, which is what it
Yeah.
requires.
Did you use LinkedIn?
I'm using it now a lot more than I did.
Okay, good. Good. So tell me about the day in the life of a real estate agent.
Every day is a little bit different. Today's a Monday, so typically if I have sellers, this is my day of contacting them. So that's what I did this morning. Just kind of give them feedback on, the showing that happened over the weekend. Talk about, next week we're going to do open houses. So that has to all be set up during the week. On Wednesday is usually the day that all has to be set up. And, so on a Monday, that's kind of what you're doing. Fridays, I tend to talk to my buyers because, like I said, I'm trying to get them scheduled to go out and show them properties on Saturday and Sunday. Realtors tend to work more evenings and weekends than they do during the day. And so during the day is mostly planning and networking and keeping up with all the paperwork.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Great. Great. What are some of the things you really like about it?
I love looking at properties. That's my favorite. So, when I got into it, the big thing was to try to have listings and to have sellers that you're working for.
Yeah.
I really like working with the buyers. I like going out and looking at different properties and
Yeah. Yeah.
pointing out things that a lot of people don't look at when they're looking at a property. They're looking at how many bedrooms it has and how many bathrooms, and I'm trying to point out all the other amenities and the benefits and the negatives to what buying this property would do. And so for me, that's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah. Yeah. Tell me about some of the frustrations. I mean, I was just thinking, if you're looking at all the amenities and some of the positives and negatives of the properties, and you're telling your buyer about them and they're not really interested in those things, that seems like it would be a little frustrating.
It is. It is.
Yeah.
And, being able to read people is so important, and it's so hard. I'm working with some buyers right now. They're also sellers of mine as well, but we have a little communication gap. And, on the phone, I think I've explained things really well, and then I'll meet with them and I find out that they didn't get it at all. So,
Yeah.
that's really tricky. And so being able to get face to face with people and read what they really want is critical with anything. You've got to have good communication skills. So I think it's really frustrating when you don't have that and you're, operating on assumptions that you've made and those don't turn out to be true. Those are very frustrating.
I'll bet. Yeah, I can see that.
No doubt.
Well, great. Well, how would you sum up? What would you tell the person who's thinking about maybe getting his or her license and going for it?
It's a great profession, and there is a lot of money to be made in it, but it can be very scary because right now Oklahoma is kind of in a depressed market because the oil business is down, and so
Right.
much of our economy is riding on the oil business. So, you've got to have some good reserves and be able to, get through the tough times. But when it's good, man, it's great. There's nothing like it.
Wow.
But, that's the tricky part is keep enough money in the till to make it through the ups and the downs of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, that sounds like a good summary, Curdy. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it. Great interview.
You're quite welcome, and I hope other people will look at this and want to get into real estate. It's a fun profession, and like I say, if you enjoy working with people and looking at properties, this is a great profession.
Good deal. Good deal. Thanks, Curdy.
Hey, you bet. You have a great day.
You too.
Okay, thanks.